for the next few years. Maybe Alex Smith might progress just a little bit to be a solid starter in the NFL.
Um, yeah, that's a good argument, but I still think Alex Smith's kind of a. I think he's just kind of bust out, honestly. I don't
Yeah,
really see him ever doing anything. Okay, San Diego signs Takeo Spikes, linebacker who's been playing for San Francisco
very good
for
signing.
that. That's a good. I like that.
Even though he's crazy, it's a good signing.
Yeah, that's a good sign by San Diego. And then Pittsburgh signs Ike Taylor. Ike Taylor, who's won how many Super Bowls has he won? He's won two
Two?
or three.
Yeah, I thought he was already there.
I don't know. They said they signed him on a 4-year deal. I don't know if
Huh.
they re
Oh well.
Doesn't matter. Ike Taylor. Doug Free signed by Dallas. 4-year deal worth $32 million.
Wow.
Jeez. And then here's a big one that had a lot of debate going on. New York Jets signed Santonio Holmes, re-signed him to a 5-year, $50 million deal with 24 million guaranteed.
Worth every
And
penny.
yeah, I agree.
Worth every
Uh,
penny. If you ever need to make a play, give the ball to him and he's gonna make it.
I totally agree with that. Santonio Holmes is a great receiver. I heard someone say the other day, why are they making a big deal about him and not Braylon Edwards? I was like, because he's way better than Braylon Edwards. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why. But that's a really good. They needed to get that done. They shouldn't. They don't need to let him go. That was a
definitely.
great sign last year, and just need to hold on to him. He's a big time player. Here's one that stuck out to me, and I think it sticks out to everyone who's been watching football since 2000, 2006. Donovan McNabb getting traded to Minnesota.
That one is a big one because before last year, Donovan McNabb was an elite quarterback. Then he goes to the Redskins and couldn't get it, and he just could not gel with the Redskins and Mike Shanahan. It just didn't work. But I think that he will be a lot more successful at Minnesota. I honestly think that. I don't. There's no way Christian Ponder starts day one or is their quarterback for at least this year or next year. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think Donovan McNabb will thrive a little better than he did in Washington over in Minnesota.
Yeah, I agree. But one of the big things about that is he's not going to have the his big time receiver in Sidney Rice because Sidney Rice
Oh
left
yeah.
Minnesota for
Well, he's still got
Seattle.
Visante Shenko and Percy Harvin.
Percy Harvin, yeah. I think McNabb's gonna. People have kind of looked at him since he went to Washington as on the decline in his career, and I do believe he's kind of on the decline. But I think that he's going to make something happen this year. I can see kind of a. I'm not going to say he's going to come in here like Brett Favre did in his first year at Minnesota and put up monster numbers, but
Yeah,
I can see him doing pretty decent. I think he's still got a few good years left in him. McNabb's a good quarterback, whether despite what happened in Washington.
yeah, definitely.
Tom Coughlin, head coach of the New York Giants, signed a 1-year extension through 2012, which is a good deal because Tom Coughlin's a great coach, I think.
Yes, I do too.
And they need to hang on to him as long as they can, unless he completes totally sucking or something.
Yeah,
Another big time player that had a lot of debate surrounding him was D'Angelo Williams. He actually re signed with Carolina for 5 years, $43 million.
wow, that's good signing.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for
Although
D'Angelo.
I do think it is a little bit too much money because of it's a running back.
I do too. And I think that's a little. I mean, it is overpaid, but then again, he's like their.
They still have Jonathan Stewart.
That's true. But
He's still a good running
smash
back.
and dash,
There you go. Yeah.
whatever they call them.
Smash and
um,
Dash was Lindale White and Chris Johnson.
true. Well, what did they call D'Angelo? They called D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart something like that too. They had like a weird.
They're baseball. I don't really know. All I know, the only thing I think of is like the two-headed monster because they're kind of the same style of running.
Yeah. Um, let me see here. Adam Vinatieri re-signed to Indianapolis.
That is the
Three
only
more
kicker
years.
you'll ever hear about his transaction news.
That's true. Like nobody cares about anyone else. It's Adam
Yeah,
Vinatieri. It's
nobody
Adam
cares what
Vinatieri.
David Akers happens or whatever happens with him. Nobody cares about that. But because of
No.
what Adam Vinatieri did in the Super Bowl, that's what everybody likes him.
That's why he has 4 rings, man.
4 rings.
That's crazy. But yeah, Adam Vinatieri probably the one of the greatest kickers of all time, if not the greatest.
Yeah,
And he gets signed to 3 extra years, which is a good deal. Even though he did get hurt last year,
he
which
did.
you don't normally hear about kickers getting hurt, but he pulled something in his what was it his knee?
I'm not
Like
sure.
he'd have knee surgery. Um, Joseph, I know that you might like this sign. The Kansas City Chiefs signed Steve Breston to 5-year deal.
Very
Uh,
good, very good signing. They needed a guy to be able to take a little bit of the pressure off of
Dwayne Bowe.
Dwayne Bowe. They tried to sign a whole bunch of guys last year, but never worked. I don't really know what Jonathan Ball will be capable of this fall. But Steve Bresson, he's kind of forgotten. Back in what was it, 2008, when the Cardinals went to the Super Bowl, he was the third guy to catch for 1,000 yards, along with Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald. When
Yeah,
Kurt
can you
Warner was the
believe
quarterback,
that?
that is ridiculous.
That really is 3 guys catching that many yards.
It's incredible.
It really is. It's like it's I don't know. That makes me miss Kurt Warner.
It does.
It does. I miss that guy.
I do too.
If you miss Kurt Warner, let us know on Twitter or Facebook because we miss him too.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Let us know on YouTube because we do post our stuff on YouTube now. Here's a big story that kind of made me angry because I don't think he has a right to do this. Chris Johnson holding out on the Tennessee Titans.
He has the right. He
I don't know, man. I think he's got this. Yeah, he is an elite
he's
running
still on
back.
his rookie contract though.
That's true,
And
but
it's
still,
not it's unfair the team's not going to fix his contract in the first place because of how much he's done for them. Um, but it's the same thing with Frank Gore. He's over there. He's going to hold out in San Francisco also. It's three guys holding out. You got Deshaun Jackson, Chris Johnson, and Frank Gore.
yeah.
Also, you
Uh,
never see a left tackle hold out
yeah, I know. What's up with it? Well,
or a
so
kick.
Logan Mankins held out last year.
Oh yeah, and he was really good.
Yeah, he is.
Well, you never see a kick. You know what? Well,
Yeah, you
nobody's
never
big.
see Adam Vinatieri hold out.
They would cut him if he did.
Yeah, he's just fine the way he is. Okay. I don't know. Chris Johnson holding. I mean, I can see the only thing that would make sense because he's still on his rookie contract, but still, uh, when players hold out, that kind of brings up the question to like people like us, average Joes, say you're making more money, uh, in one game than some people make in their whole
Yeah,
lives.
but then you think
Just
about it.
yeah,
What they're trying to do is they're trying to secure their lives for post football because these running backs' careers are really short, and so they want to make as much money as they can in the league, so they can continue their lifestyle whenever they get out of the league.
that's true. I can feel that, but still, I hope this doesn't last into the. I really hate when players hold out, up into the season. Like,
Yeah, I remember even the great Emmitt Smith did, and now he can tell you to this day that he regretted doing it because it was a dumb idea, and he still feels like he was just being a little arrogant little kid about it. But
yeah,
and that's what I feel about these guys doing it too. But it does make sense why they are.
yeah. Um, Albert Haynesworth, acquired by the New England Patriots from Washington for a fifth-round pick. My brother's biggest Patriots fan I know walks up into my room this morning. We got Albert Haynesworth. I don't know what to think about this. And that's exactly what I thought. I'm like, I don't know what to think about it either. It's Albert Haynesworth who, if this would have happened 3 or 4 years ago, that would have been a
Huge
huge
trade,
deal.
and they wouldn't have given him only a fifth round draft pick.
Yeah, really. Can you imagine? Albert Haynesworth went from being this huge, big time
Basically,
monster,
the Indomitian Sue of the NFL
yeah, to being traded to New England for a fifth round pick.
because he can't pass his PT test or his physical, what is it, his cardio test or whatever at the
Yeah,
beginning of
because
training camp because he's too fat, and now he doesn't want to play. Like he'll fall on the ground and not get up.
that's going to be his signing by Washington's going to be one of the biggest. Like,
No, it is the biggest
it,
free agent bust of all time.
wasn't that voted by NFL?
It was. It was voted by everybody as the biggest free agent bust. Even Yahoo.com says he is the biggest free agent bust of all time.
$108 million is what he got paid to go to Washington just to get fat and not be able to play.
It's like the Eddie Curry signing, except he chose not to play instead of getting hurt.
Yeah. And you know what? People forget, like, now they